Ciao Juventini from all over the world. I hope you are doing well. It is Saturday morning, quite early to be honest. Why? Because I know that you are living all around the world. You are people from USA. You are not even sleeping yet if you are here following the live. There are some people from India. They have already some hours in the day. There are people from Europe, from South Africa. Good morning to everyone. Put a maximum of like a maximum of flags from wherever in the world you are watching so that we can do some shout outs. Good morning to everyone. I hope you have your coffee with you. I have my coffee already. It's prepared. I will drink before starting saying hello to the 55 people that are already woken up and here on the live to talk about one thing that we all cherish and love, our beloved Juventus, because there are some people on the front page, on the thumbnail, Vlahovic and Manuel Locatelli, and that's what we will talk about without forgetting that there is also Italy versus Austria in 12 hours and 10 minutes from now on. So let's say hello to all the people in the chat that are commenting. Good morning to Michelle, who's saying this music is bumping, yo. Beppe, are you having a party there? Not yet a party, but I hope that you will make sure that I am super positive and not like the haters of Morata that were actually speaking about his wife, speaking about his kids, because I don't like these kind of things. We will speak about that as well. I really pissed off with all these kind of news. But hello to Anish. Anish is saying hello Beppe from India. Forza Italia. This Euro is ours. We have Milinkovic-Savic news, Andrea. Indeed, because apparently there is a crazy news. We know that Maurizio Sarri is in love with our friend Arthur that we bought 1 year ago from Barcelona with a swap with Pjanic. He wants him really at Lazio because he believes in him. Why not? But in exchange, we could have Milinkovic-Savic. I think it will be really complicated, if not impossible. But why not dreaming? And why not ask your opinion if you would do it, yes or no? Abhishek is there. Ciao Beppe. Edza Ermuda. Good morning Beppe. Mile is there as well. Ciao Beppe. Love from India. Good morning from Albania, from Ensar. We have Marco who's there. Forza Azzurri. Who else is there? Cyril 11, Christian Jupiter, Black Eyes, Eric Serrano, always there. Good night from USA. I hope, Eric, that because now it should be nearly 3 a.m. You should go to sleep. Except if you are in the other side of USA, then it's midnight, I believe. Morata is always a true hero of Juve for Krishna. Yeah, he's having a bad Euro. We have to be honest at that. But having a bad Euro is one thing. Criticizing the player Morata because he failed the penalty, because he failed the tap in, it's another thing. But then you have the extreme. The extreme is attacking the family. And this is absolutely not good, but let's start with the good news of the day. Let's start with speaking about positivity instead of starting with negativity, because if you start with negative feelings, with negative thoughts, probably your day will be really negative. I am someone who is super positive. I try at least when I woke up to smile, because that's important. If you smile, it's already 50% of your day that start. One of my famous quotes that is also written in my resume, you know, when I'm looking for a job, it's written begin the day with a big smile, ... and try to keep it, because that's the other 50% of your day. Arthur needs to be giving another chance for Tushar. Good morning from Uganda. Thanks for your updates. Grazie Arman. That's really kind. Locatelli news. We will speak about that. Absolutely. So let me pin some comments here from Yamen, Joshua, Kaden, Sahin, Abdullah Ghani, Faik, and all the other people. Faik from Pakistan, watching from Pakistan. Martin is there as well. Don't think Arthur would join Lazio. Keep Arthur and give him another season. So wait, before starting to go and to speak about all these kinds of topics, maybe we should go immediately to not the chat, because we already have the chat, but maybe to the front pages. Locatelli plus Vlahovic. Should we, let me know guys, should we start immediately with that news, Locatelli plus Vlahovic, or should we start with the front pages to see what they are saying about our beloved Juventus? Because you know that in the video, most of the time we start with the front pages and then we build and then we go inside. But maybe you guys want today to change the things and we start immediately with Locatelli Vlahovic. Let me know so that I know what to do. Beppe, you forget the ciao to me. No, I didn't forget, Bibek. I didn't see you yet. Good morning, Bibeb. So let me know. What do we do? 4 Maltese are watching. Malta is always really well represented here on the channel. I love Malta. Should go there one day. I really should go. So what do we do? You're not answering my question. I hope we snatch Vlahovic quickly and make the same, and don't make the same mistake that with Haaland. Vlahovic was not the same thing. People are saying front page, front page, front page. So if we say front page, then we go to the front pages first. I know that if you want to know the front pages really early in the morning, you have to go to Giovanni Capuano. He's someone that is really working hard, especially in the morning, where he's putting all the front pages. So Gazzetta dello Sport, what are Gazzetta dello Sport saying? They are focusing 100% on Italy. L'Italia spinge l'Italia. Italy is pushing, supporting Italy with all people. We see a lot of famous people. Look at there in the middle. We see our friend, the trainer of Milan, Pioli. We see Del Piero. We see a lot of famous people. What I forget, because we see also Materazzi, all famous people there, all VIPs. What I forget is actually that Italy is not only made by famous people, but you have also normal people like me, like you, like Joshua, like Michelle, who's saying front pages. All these people that are really trusting Italy and supporting Italy. It's not only the VIPs, but what else are they saying? Salernitana, we have a problem with Salernitana, because for the people that doesn't know, well, Salernitana is a club that was in Serie B, was even before in Serie C, the third division, and what happened here? What happened here? Let me check what's happening. We have Alessandro Del Vieri that just subscribed to the channel. Grazie and good morning, Alessandro. So what's happening with Lazio and with Salernitana? They have a problem that is absolutely not legal, because they have the same owner, Lotito. Lotito, president of Lazio, he has 2 clubs. And this is not a problem in Italy when they are not playing in the same category, in the same league. Now it starts to be a real problem. Why? Because Salernitana deserved on the field. They went in Serie A, so they will start this season to play in Serie A. The big problem is that they have the same owner. So this is actually falsifying the rules. Because if one day, I don't know, the last day of the Serie A, Lazio could actually, I don't know, become champion, or go into Champions League, they need 1 point, they need 3 points, and Salernitana is already safe. They don't care. The president of the 2 clubs will say, you know what, Salernitana, leave it alone, let Lazio win. But can also be reversed. If Salernitana needs 1 point to save themselves and Lazio doesn't have nothing to lose anymore, they will leave Salernitana winning. So this is actually the disgusting things from Italy. We always have this kind of story in Italy. Always looks like it was new that Salernitana and Lazio would have been in Serie A together. We know it's in so many times, and they still do it. Ciao Samu, and also ciao to Janlu. Good morning from Amsterdam. Goeiemorgen Janlu. Not only Janlu, because I saw also people from South Africa like T-Bone who were speaking in Dutch this morning. I speak Dutch, I understand Dutch, so good morning to all of you guys, to all the people that are subscribing really early in the morning. This was Gazzetta dello Sport. We will go to the other page. Ciao Alessandro Alessio. We go to the other page, Corriere dello Sport. What are they saying? Go Italian, go. Why are they choosing for an English title? Because today Italy versus Austria will play in Wembley in London. Beautiful stadium, I can guarantee you that, because I work normally also in London. I have a store near to there. And ciao FIFA Career, or ciao to all the people that are subscribing to the channel. So go Italian, go. Really beautiful way from the underground to the stadium. That's where we will play today with Italy. Let me know, guys, if you're supporting Italy, Austria, like Ehrenmann sometimes, or like another country in the Euro, in the 16 country that remains. La carica di Mancini, the voice of Mancini, the support of Mancini, who's saying an amazing, beautiful stadium. I agree with that. We want to go back there because we know that probably Italy, at least at the moment, the final will be played there. Ciao Marcus and welcome to the channel. Don't forget, guys, subscribe and put a maximum of like. This is important to wake up together with a coffee. So this is what the Corriere dello Sport is saying, and then we have a third page in Italy, who is Tuttosport that is missing, to be honest. They are missing some creativity, because every time that Italy is playing, they are saying vi vogliamo così. This time they are saying vi rivogliamo così. Vi vogliamo così means we want you like that. Vi rivogliamo così, we want you like that again. That is what Tuttosport is saying. Creativity zero. I believe that yesterday, it was Friday evening, the guys from Tuttosport, they wanted to go to home again because they said the weekend has started. You know what, I will put that paper, it looks like a bit scaramantica. You know, in Italy we are saying when you are superstitious, la scaramanzia, and I believe that they are superstitious. They put that page so that they think that thanks to the front page of Tuttosport, Italy will win versus Austria. It is what it is. Did you already visit Nepal from Bibek? No, not yet, guys. Not yet. I should do that one day as well. I want to visit as much possible countries as I can. So the 3 pages are speaking actually about Italy. Nothing else. That's what they are doing. So you know what? Let's go inside the pages, because now we are entering the big topic. Locatelli plus Vlahovic. This is the title. We see the two guys here with their pictures. Locatelli plus Vlahovic la prossima settimana per la svolta. Summit Sassuolo pressing sul viola. So what are they saying? Midfield and attack, centrocampo e attacco, doppio colpo Juve in vista, double transaction that can arrive. They are speaking about Locatelli plus Vlahovic. Next week can be a big turnaround in Juventus Mercato, because there will be a second meeting with Sassuolo for Vlahovic, for Locatelli, sorry, and then a big pressing of Juve on the Fiorentina player Vlahovic. Can be beautiful, guys, can be really beautiful. And then they are writing here, Ramsey is freeing up a space in the middle. Let's see what will happen with Ramsey, because I wanted to speak as well about Cherubini. Let's go inside. Let's see what they are saying. I will put it a bit bigger so that you are able to see. Cherubini is waiting for Cristiano Ronaldo. In case that Cristiano will leave, then the Fiorentina striker, the possibilities for the Fiorentina striker will go up. This is what actually Juventus is planning. They are waiting for Cristiano Ronaldo. Will that happen? Yes or no? We will see, but we know that the next week will be an important one. For Locatelli, one, and then for Vlahovic. Vlahovic, we will speak about it in a few seconds. So let me go back in big screen, guys. And Marco is asking, indeed, are Tuttosport reliable, Beppe? So there is a big myth about Tuttosport, that Tuttosport is not reliable. I will explain you, actually, maybe we can take a few moments for that, to speak you about the 3 different papers. And starting with Tuttosport, why are people saying that it is not reliable at all? Why are they saying that? Because it's true that Tuttosport, at the difference of the 2 other papers, they are really speaking and putting all their efforts into transfer market news, about news and rumors. They are anticipating from really long time. In the past, it's true that a few years ago, the reputation of Tuttosport was really crazy, because every single day they have put another face, another name on the paper. Sometimes more thinking about selling the papers than actually explaining the truth. But the Tuttosport changed a bit his direction a few years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, trying to be a bit more reliable. A lot of news of Tuttosport that happened or not happened were actually proven to be really real transactions, like Van Persie, for example. Van Persie, Tuttosport was reporting that news since so much time, and then at a certain moment, if everyone was saying that it was fake news, we know at the press conference of Paratici and Agnelli, they were confirming that indeed Van Persie was nearly a Juve player. So Is it reliable 100%? No, it is not reliable 100% because you have to split actually the different parts. What is Tuttosport? Tuttosport is reporting rumors. Rumors from what they hear. Like I'm doing with the paper. The difference with Tuttosport and with Giuseppe on the channel, I am saying pay attention, guys. It can be true, it can be fake news, it can be a rumor. There are talks, but maybe it will not happen. Like Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, for example. I will report you today that probably there will be a small transaction, but I don't believe it will happen. Tuttosport, they will probably put the face of Sergej Milinkovic-Savic as a front page saying Juve on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. That's the difference. But there are really also great articles like Guido Vasiago, who is writing for Tuttosport, is really someone that understands Juventus and is writing for them. So is it reliable? Pay attention for transfer market. For the other articles, absolutely yes. What about Gazzetta dello Sport and Corriere dello Sport? Corriere dello Sport is managed by Zazzaroni. Zazzaroni, Ivan, is someone that really hates Juve. He hates Juve, and they are going full power against Juventus. Gazzetta dello Sport is someone who is not loving, or is actually more Interista paper. They really love Inter. They are based in Milan, and when they can actually put some suspicious on Juventus, they are not hesitating. These are the different three papers from Italy. So if we speak about Locatelli, that's the first thing. Do a small recap of what's happening with Locatelli. Good morning from Somalia, and also Joshua. Joshua is sleeping now. He will go to sleep. So good night, Joshua. Thank you for being here. At least 20 minutes together. And we have also Titu, notre grand ami Titu. France, who's saying Ciao Giuseppe, un abbraccio. So, if we speak about Locatelli, what is really interesting, what's happening with Locatelli? Locatelli is a player that is in the radar of Juventus since really long. But not only Juventus, but also Allegri. Allegri was the trainer of Milan before joining Juve, and he already spotted Locatelli when he was 15 years old, okay? 15 years old, he was taking him to train with the first team. So he knows the qualities and the potential of Manuel Locatelli. Manuel Locatelli that started actually after Allegri left in 2016 versus Juventus. No, not versus Juve. He started with Milan, he played a game versus Juve, and he scored an amazing, beautiful goal versus Juve. They won 1-0 in San Siro, and everyone was thinking this is the future talent of Italy, the best player of the world. They put a lot of pressure on him, a bit like Fagioli. Fagioli that started with Juve a few minutes and he was already the superstar of Juventus. Pay attention, because you see what happened with Locatelli. He didn't succeed at Milan. He went to Sassuolo, where with De Zerbi he started to grow. So Juventus was really interested in that player. They tried also 2 years ago with Sarri, but it was not a priority. They tried with Pirlo this year because Pirlo really wanted him. Also, Locatelli is a big fan of Pirlo. He wanted to go to Juventus. What happened then? I already explained it, but I will explain it again. And Caden is saying that Locatelli is a true Juventino. It's right, Caden. It's right. He was, when he was a kid, he was a black and white supporter. But what happened actually is that Juventus wanted the player. They went to Sassuolo. They said, well, we want the player, and Sassuolo didn't want to sell him. Or for 40 million, a value that 1 year ago was not correct for Locatelli. But there is a promise, because Locatelli really wanted to join Juve already 1 year ago. There is a promise between both. Now, if we speak about today, there was already a meeting. What Juventus wants to do is to have Locatelli on loan for 2 years with an obligation to buy. So Sassuolo is quite okay with that, and they know that whatever happens, Juventus will take Locatelli. But yeah. To lower the cash flow, and I will explain why, to lower the cash flow, we want to insert some players. So the player that Juventus identified was Dragujin. And Dragujin, guys, let me know if you want to give Dragujin to Sassuolo or not. Let me know. I'm curious about that, if you want to do that, because Juventus, they identified that player to go there. Where And why is Dragujin? Because we know if we have Chiellini, if we have De Ligt, if we have Bonucci, probably, and the return of Rugani, because we have to speak about Rugani, De Sciglio, and this kind of player, Perin, the problem for Dragujin that he will never have sometimes, okay? But the thing is that the agent of Dragujin is saying no, because he doesn't want to leave. So there is where it at the moment is blocking. So Sassuolo is saying, okay, if Dragujin is done, he doesn't want to come to us, we identify two other players. We want, for example, Fagioli, no, because Allegri said that's a player I believe in, that I want to give more minutes for the future. And then I say, okay, give us Felix Correa. Juventus wants to keep Felix Correa as well. No, I will not tell the Zebra joke today, guys. So we are blocked with the other player. Why is Juventus wanting to give some other players to Sassuolo? Because they want to keep a lot of money. For the second player that we already talked about. That player, Vlahovic. This is why Juventus wants to keep the money to Vlahovic. Why? Because they are preparing actually the two scenarios. If Cristiano Ronaldo stays, we are happy, but if Cristiano Ronaldo decides to leave Juventus, then we have to find a solution, and we want to be first on Vlahovic. So probably next week there will be a final meeting for Locatelli that we can announce after the Euro, and for Vlahovic we will start to prepare. That doesn't mean that we will announce Vlahovic next week. We will have to wait until Portugal is out of the Euro as winner, or immediately out versus Belgium or versus Austria or Italia, depending who is going through. But from the moment Cristiano Ronaldo goes out, then pay attention. There are two scenarios possible for Cristiano, or three scenarios possible for Cristiano Ronaldo. Speaking about that before going into Vlahovic, the first one is Cristiano Ronaldo remain at Juve for a last year and then he leaves for free. And this is one scenario. That means that if he's doing that, we are not actually going for Vlahovic. We are going for a fourth striker like the Croatian player from Hoffenheim. Fourth striker, just to make sure that we have Dybala, Cristiano Ronaldo, Morata, and a fourth striker. If Cristiano Ronaldo wants to stay, maybe he can lower his salary and stay for 1 more year or 2 more years. So that means extending his contract with Juve and remaining. That's the second possibility. And then we have even a third possibility, is that Cristiano Ronaldo leaves immediately Juve. 1, 2, or 3. Quite easy. What will happen, we will speak about Gabriel Jesus as well. What will happen with Cristiano Ronaldo, we don't know at the moment. I believe that Cristiano Ronaldo, he has already an idea. Maybe he will stay, and that's okay. But if he wants to leave, he needs to find a club. He needs to find a club that will actually be able to pay and offer him the big salary. And the problem is that at the moment, the teams are not ready to pay that high and big salary for Cristiano Ronaldo, because we had COVID time, because he's a player, even if he's still the GOAT, the best of the world, he still have 36 years old. So 31 million euro to pay that to Cristiano Ronaldo in COVID time, it's quite hard. Quite hard and difficult. And if Cristiano Ronaldo is not able to find a team that is actually disposed to pay that money, he can stay. So these are the scenarios. This is why at the moment the mercato of Juve is blocked. Transaction about Dragujin is because we are thinking about what new player we can put in, and then we have Vlahovic that is parked there waiting for a decision of Cristiano Ronaldo. Bibek is saying Ronaldo seems happy at Italy. I think he can stay. No Jesus for Ravi. But if we... let's go back. If we speak about Gabriel Jesus, I don't know if they are writing here today, yes or no. Let's see. No, are they speaking about Gabriel Jesus? No, they are not speaking about Gabriel Jesus, but it is a player indeed that is an option if Vlahovic is not possible and so on. But again, it depends, all depends on Cristiano Ronaldo. If we go here to the other side of the article, still in the double page, what do we see? We see here are 50 million from the sales, and now we have to speak about the players that are able to that we are able to sell. Yes or no? Who are the names in big? It's Mary Demiral, Mattia De Sciglio, and Daniele Rugano. Pay attention, because Mary Demiral, he has some offers, okay? But Juventus is changing totally the strategy with Cherubini. And that's actually what Michael Filetti is saying. I have no idea what to expect about that market. Hopefully for Locatelli. After that, no clue. A roller coaster as always. It's different. Juventus is changing the strategy with Cherubini. We know, and we criticized Juventus a lot because we were giving a lot of players for free. We were giving them ciao. Let me say hello to my wife. Wait. I'm back. I'm sorry for that. But when the wife wake up, we have to say good morning in the morning. So, explaining, yeah, about the change of strategy of Juventus with Cherubini. What happening? In the past, Juventus was really hardly criticized for giving away players for free. Thinking about Matuidi, thinking about Gonzalo, Pipita, Higuain, thinking about so many players that when they still had 1 year or 2 years of contract, like Douglas Costa, for example, we give them away for free to save actually the salary. Now, it looks like Juventus said it's over. That period, that time is over. You have a contract. If you want to leave Juventus, then we have to sell. Then a club has to come with some money. Perin, for example, we gave him away for 2 or 3 years for free on loan. For free, they just had to pay the salary. Now it's over. Perin has still 1 more year of contract. You want to leave? Okay. Someone has to come with a salary. If not, you will stay at Juventus and you will be the second goalkeeper. And I can only say bravo for that. And that's the same for Demiral. Roma came to Juve, clubs came to Juve. They wanted to take Demiral because Demiral is not 100% happy at Juve. He doesn't want to be the 4th defender anymore. Well, you want Demiral? That's fine. Okay, pay the money. It's 40 million, 45 million. Okay, you pay, you have Demiral. You don't pay, Demiral will stay there. Ciao Lajos, good morning. Ravi saying Spurs will go for Demiral or Rugani to Betis, and there are real possibilities for Demiral. Yes, I think that Demiral will leave. We will find a club, but the good thing is that Juventus now will cash in from Demiral. What? We were not sure because we remember the course of Marotta, and actually Paratici, he grew up with Marotta, was if a player is not happy, we will sell him and we don't want to keep him. Now it's over. That time it's over, and that's the good news. Change of strategy from Juve. Total change of strategy, and I'm happy with that. It's over the time where Juventus was buying for a lot of money and then were giving away for free, doing gifts to every club in the world. Lopsang is saying I like that strategy. Me as well, because I was fed up with all these kind of strategy like Tevez. We love Tevez. He played 2 years at us. It is really great. He wanted to leave. We gave it to Boca Juniors. They gave us 2 players. Okay, one Vadala that I have no idea what he became, and then you had Bentancur that is. And by the way, happy birthday to Bentancur that just celebrated 24 years yesterday. But we have that problem with a 50% clause that if we sell Bentancur, whenever in the world it will happen, we have to give 50% to Boca Juniors. Are they crazy? No, stop. This kind of strategy is over. You want Tevez, you buy Tevez. And this is now the same with all the players. I'm happy with that strategy. Stop giving away players for free. And we have a really great news. You remember last week I was speaking about the 400 million capital increase that Juventus will have. This is another good news, another fantastic news. Why? Because it's also over with the fact that Juventus will need to sell players with a profit of 100 million euro. And that means that we will keep our best talents in the future. It's over that Juventus will be obliged to sell the best talents like Spinazzola, Moiskin, and so on. If we want to sell them, we sell them. That's not a problem. But we will not be obliged anymore, and that's a great news. So I am actually thinking forward in the future, and probably not for this season's, my friend, but for the next season, and thinking that Juventus is really smart and will become again a club that can buy a lot on the market because of the fact that we will not be obliged anymore to sell our best players, and because the players that we want to sell, clubs will need to adapt to that new strategy of actually buying these players. So I'm super happy. Tommy saying Allegri want Italian player. It's true. We are missing some Italian blood in the team because the Italian players that we have are Chiellini or Bonucci. Buffon just left, so it's one player less. We don't have a lot of Italian players, and you need it. Look at Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa, Italian player, he came. Buonasera, buongiorno to Branimir Radozevic that just joined. Are you from Croatia? Let us know. But it's true that Federico Chiesa, why is he performing like that? Because he has immediately from day one the Juventus culture. He understands it because when he was playing at Fiorentina, he felt all the hate that the supporters and everyone had for Juve. He understands the hate. He understands the culture of being actually at Juve immediately before joining, because since the day that he was born, together also with his father, he witnessed all the hate towards Juventus. So Chiesa, great player, understand the mentality, where other players, they need a time of adaptation, like Rabiot, like Arthur, like these kind of players that they don't really know what Juventus represent, the hate that there is versus Juventus in Italy. So this is important. Axel is asking, will Locatelli, is Locatelli coming? Yeah, I believe and I'm quite sure that he will come. We already spoke about him. Vlahovic to Juventus, Sijan, I already explained that story a bit earlier, and now I want to go to Ellie. Ellie, who's asking, what do you think about the rumors of Milinkovic and Arthur? So, what I believe, and I will explain you. Where is the comment of Ellie? Let me pin it if I find it here. Here is the comment of Ellie. If we go to that third one, that would be fantastic. I will explain you why. Because Sergio Milinkovic-Savic is one of the ideal dreams of Massimiliano Allegri. He's a fantastic player that deserves to grow and to go into the next level of his career, that is Juventus. From Lazio to Juventus, logic step. He knows the Italian Serie A, he knows the culture, he knows the language, he knows what Juventus represents. So I believe that will be fantastic. What I believe will not happen, because I don't believe in it, is that Arthur will go to Lazio. Why? Because even if Arthur really wants to join Sarri, for example, because you have to go back, Arthur was not bought for Andrea Pirlo. Arthur was bought for Maurizio Sarri. That's an important thing to know. And then Sarri left after 1 year of training, and Arthur became actually a player for Pirlo. But Arthur is winning 5 million euro. That's a lot of money, 5 million euro. Not that much for Juve, where we know that we have a Cristiano with 31, we have a Ramsey on 8 million, we have all these players that are winning much more than Arthur, but for Lazio, because Sergio Milinkovic-Savic, if I'm not wrong, is earning 3.2 million a year. 3.2 million, that's already really high for Lazio. The most expensive player of Lazio in terms of salary is Immobile, number one. And he has 4 million euro. And this is where it blocks. Arthur can't go to Lazio for 5 million, because he will become with 1 million more the most expensive player of Lazio. Impossible. Impossible. Also, why? Because Arthur comes from Barcelona, he goes to Juve, Champions League, and now he will play with Lazio. I don't even know if Lazio will play Europa League. Yeah, I think Europa League. I don't believe in that. It's fine to have Milinkovic-Savic, I agree, but I don't think that Arthur will accept that challenge, even if I really think that Arthur at Lazio can be really great for him, for his career, for Lazio as a team, and also for us with Milinkovic-Savic. Would be perfect? I don't believe so. If it happens, if it happens, because you never know in Mercato, guys, then I believe that it will be a swap of loans. Why? Because that means that we have Sergej Milinkovic-Savic on loan for 1 year or for 2 years. We give Arthur on loan for 1 year or 2 years to Lazio, and we pay a part of his salary, maybe continuing to pay 2 million of his salary, and Lazio pay 3 million. That can be a solution, but I don't think so. I don't think that it will happen. So for me, but the chances to see that happening are really, really low. I don't believe in it. Can Juventus win Serie A next season without Ronaldo? Yes. Why? Because Juventus is still Juventus. We won 9 Serie A in a row, while 7 of them were without Cristiano Ronaldo. 2 of them with Cristiano Ronaldo, and then we lost 1 with Cristiano Ronaldo. It can happen, but that's not easy. A player of 30 goals a year, not easy, impossible to change, but that means that you will have to change everything at Juve in terms of philosophy and so on and so on. And if you see Inter dismantling their team, their winning team, with Hakimi going to Paris Saint-Germain, problems financially, they lost their trainer, Antonio Conte. They will have the ex-trainer of Lazio that has also some difficulties to play 2 games a week. Everything can happen. Everything can happen. Good morning to Marco Gilardino saying swap of loan, you think. If we speak about the 2 players, I already explained. For me, difficult, but that's the only way. Giuseppe, please come to Sri Lanka. We are filled with a lot of Juventini like me. Ciao Juventini. When it will be able to travel again, we will need to organize these kind of things. But so at the moment, we have Locatelli possibility. I don't believe that Ravella is a player that will go to Sassuolo. Also, why? Because Allegri wants to test Ravella, test Fagioli, the 2 really young players that Allegri want to build on, or at least to test to see if they are able to play at Juve. I don't really believe a lot in Ravella, even if he played a really beautiful part of the first part of the season with Genoa, if I'm not wrong. Now, if we speak about Morata, and this is something that I wanted to say, guys, you know that honestly, I'm really honest now if I speak about that, and I will not change my opinion. Morata has never been my favorite player in the world. You know that. Let me put the page here. Morata has never been my first choice of player. No, come back. Here. Ciao Elmer. Welcome to the channel. Maximum of likes, guys. Don't forget, maximum of likes. So we go to Morata. Morata spinta Juve per reagire in rosso. What's the title? Morata, the push, the support of the Juve fans so that he can react with Spain. Okay, we will inform that, but let's first put in the context. The context is saying for me that I have never been a big fan of Morata. Why? Because for me, Morata is a player that mentally is not really strong. He's a player that can really be decisive in important nights, because then if we feel that pressure, he really wants to do the difference. But it's a player that is not really consistent. If he's feeling bad, he's not performing. If he's feeling well, he's ultra performing. On the other hand, he has a lot of qualities. He's a fighter. He's adapting himself to the trainer he's playing with. He already scored 47 goals with Juve in 3 seasons, from a young guy, 2015, 16, 16, 17, and this last season did a lot of assists, 2 times 12 assists, if I'm not wrong. So a great player, yes, but for me, not the ideal player of Juve. Now, we extended him for 1 more year. Am I okay with that? Yes, I am okay, and I will explain why I'm okay. Because Morata is a player that we have on loan for 10 million euro. 10 million, okay? So, can you tell me one player that we could have bought, or we can buy for 10 million euro? One striker. Impossible. Impossible to have a striker for 10 million. This is nearly impossible. You can't find it. Okay? So for 10 million, if we extend and we can evaluate Morata again with the first coach he had at Juve, Allegri, I'm okay. I'm okay with that because it's 10 million euro and I have no alternatives. We are already missing some players at Juve in the attack, so let's go for Morata. Now, what I'm not happy is the fact that yes, he's having a really bad Euro. What happened? Good morning to ATM who donated 3.99 SAR. South Africa? No, it's not South African. It's probably Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure. Let me know from what country, but thank you for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Morata, really bad at Euro. Really, really bad. And we agree with that. I took him in my fantasy league, and at a certain moment, I even put him as a captain in a game. What a disaster I did. But that doesn't justify the hate. That doesn't justify the hate. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention to what you are doing, because this is really not acceptable. And I'm not speaking about you guys, but I'm speaking about all the people that were writing on social network or under the post of his wife, speaking about his kids, wishing death to his kids. This is not acceptable. What kind of society are we living in? Guys, pay attention to these messages, because the players, they are reading it. It's not because they are not answering that they don't read. We feel it, and I understand when you are actually criticizing a player, blah blah blah, you take it on you, and that's fine. But when you are actually attacking the family, this is really not done. This is really not okay. Pay attention. I don't agree with this kind of thing. We have to be a bit more understandable. It is just football, guys. It is just football. I explain you a story in 1994 World Cup USA. Okay, World Cup USA, Colombia. Colombia had some hopes not to win, but to at least go a bit further in the tournament. What happened is they were disqualified at a certain moment because a player scored an autogol, okay? Autogol, they were eliminated, they go home in Colombia. A fan, I don't know if I can use that word, he killed the player that scored an autogol because he was angry that he scored an autogol and that they were eliminated because of that autogol. Are you crazy, guys? This is not okay. So pay attention. I understand that players are scared. It's not just words, because everything can happen, so pay attention to that. I don't agree with that. Now, Morata will be with us one more season. He was and he will never be my favorite striker, but I will just support him as much as I can, because he's a player. You remember the words of Buffon? Do you remember the words of Buffon? Is a long interview of 40 minutes. He said one of the reason, not all the reason, but one of the reason why I'm leaving Juve is because I felt that the supporters were not backing me up, the team and myself, already in September, already in October, where the team was not performing as it should. We were not there. Nobody was supporting the team. And this is something that changed through the years. We are judging already in October. And by the way, we are already judging now in June while Juventus is on holiday. We are already judging the Mercato and so on while nothing happened. Mercato opens the 1st of July. So we are not even started with the Mercato, guys. So these are the news that I wanted to report. Morata, I spoke about Locatelli, I spoke about Vlahovic. So we have 15 more minutes together, guys, before I stop, and I will probably do a video a bit later today. But shoot some questions, guys. Shoot them some questions so I can answer them. I will answer a few questions for 15 minutes. It's open bar question, and I will try to answer. Evair Costas dos Santos is asking the first question. Do you know if Allegri has confirmed McKennie? McKennie is another player. That has, that has some value on the market, and that we could potentially sell. I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't hear anything about Allegri with McKennie, but let's be honest, Allegri didn't even meet McKennie at the moment. So you will have to evaluate and to understand what he can do with McKennie. But I believe that if Allegri is not happy with McKennie, probably McKennie can be sold. Pay attention to that. Morata is my boy. He's not elite level, but he plays with his heart, and love watching players that play with joy and emotion. I agree with Michel on that one. I made a video on the Twitch channel of Juventus, the official Twitch channel of Juve, about Morata, and you clearly see he loves Juve. He came back to Juve with a salary cut. One of the only players on the planet to do that. To come back to Juve, he said, I will take away some money because I love Juve. I love the city of Torino. I love the environment. And these kind of players, even if they are not, like Michel is saying, elite level boys, I will support them. 12 minutes to go. Do you see Gosens to Juve this summer? I don't see Gosens to Juve this summer, but I hope, like Andrea Naudi saying Demiral Gosens swap. So, Demiral, I told you, is a player that is on the departure list of Juve. Absolutely, yes. Where can he go? To Roma, but Roma doesn't have the money enough, even if you never know with Mourinho, because they want to please Mourinho. That's one destination possible. Atalanta is another destination that is possible, but they don't have the money to pay the salary of Demiral. The same story as Arthur to Lazio. So will it happen or not? I don't know. I think that Demiral can go to Premier League, maybe to Tottenham with Paratici. Can be. If we do that, we have actually Rugani coming back, staying at Juve. We are already okay there. And guys, it will be Rugani, whatever you think. Or maybe another option that I will talk in a few seconds. But then that will free up some money for an investment. An investment because I heard that Atalanta, they would not say no to Frabotta. You remember Frabotta? That was a done deal according to some papers to Genoa. It's not sure. Juventus and Genoa found an agreement, but not with the player yet. So it can be that Atalanta goes to Frabotta. So Demiral going away to Tottenham. Frabotta to Atalanta. We take Gosens plus money, obviously, for Atalanta. And we are okay with Alexandro and Gosens on the left. Pay attention. That means that we are not sure to play with a 4-2-3-1 if we have Gosens, because Gosens is a real player for a 3-5-2. So that, pay attention to that. And then we have that player from Fiorentina, Milinkovic, with a value at the moment of 15 million euro because it's his last year of Mercato. If he can come, that means that Quadrado will be offensive because we already have Danilo. But Milinkovic is a great player. My opinion about Renato Sanchez. Yes, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Sorry, I will repeat. Sri Lakshmi. I will answer you about that thing because I saw a lot of people commenting about Renato Sanchez to Juventus. Okay. Renato Sanchez, the world fell in love to Renato Sanchez in 2016, if I'm not wrong, when as a young promise, a young guy, he played fantastic with Portugal. But what a player, guys. I don't know if it was 2016 or it was 2018 at the World Cup. I don't remember well. It's the morning, guys. I need my coffee. I have prepared my coffee. I didn't even drink about it. But Renato Sanchez is a player when he's playing with Portugal. Fantastic player. He already showed it. Then, because of his young age, he lost himself a bit. I know that he went to Bayern Munich, to big clubs. He never actually showed on the field the promises that he had with his national team. Now, this season with Lille, champions of France, he did amazingly well. I think that he's coming to a point where, like Locatelli, when he was playing on Milan and he had that much pressure, he felt he collapsed and he needed to go to smaller teams to have the confidence of the trainer and to grow, and that's fine. Now, I think Renato Sanchez has the same. A lot of hopes and dreams and paid a lot of money from big clubs like Bayern Munich, and then he collapsed. He had to go away. He found his beautiful spot at Lille. As Eva is saying, he was great at Lille. I agree. Lille is a bit like the Sassuolo. Pay attention. They won this year Ligue 1. It's true. Sassuolo is not ready to win Serie A. But there is a lot more competition in Serie A than in Ligue 1. But I would pay attention. I would pay attention to Renato Sanchez. Pay attention. I need one or two more years of confirmation at club level more than Lille to really believe at Renato Sanchez as an expensive buy. But we cannot deny at Lille he was fantastic. With Portugal is always fantastic, and I think he will continue to do that. So pay attention. There are some players like that that are really better with national teams than with club. Who are we thinking about if we think about Juventus? We are thinking about Bernardeschi. He's better with national team than with Juventus. Bernardeschi, Raiola is in Torino. They will renegotiate. Let's see. We have Michelle. Grazie, Michelle. Grazie, Michelle, for supporting the channel. I was in closing time because I have 7 minutes before my wife kick my ass. You know how it is in the morning. She's waiting for having a breakfast together with me, and I'm here. So after that I will do. But thank you for supporting Michelle, who's saying, Beppe, has there ever been a player that played to Juve that was not great but you loved? For me, I love Giovinco. He was technically gifted but couldn't finish in front of goal, but celebrated like Del Piero. Tongue out. Guys, smash the like button. I will answer that one. Let me know as well in the chat for you. The same question as Michelle. You will take me as crazy because Giovinco was still good. I had a sympathy, a bit of love for Paolo De Sceglie. I had a love for Paolo. He was really bad. Bad. But I don't know, I had that romantic heart of a young player from the academy, from the Youth Academy, growing up, going to the first team. He stayed with us really long. I believe 11 seasons he was never playing. But every time that he was doing a great game on the left side, and I was believing him. I said, okay, it's now it's the moment for Paolo De Sceglie to show the world that he's more than a DJ, because we know that we call him DJ Paolino because he was DJ next to his football career. And I said, yes, let's go for Paolo De Sceglie. And then the game after, he was injured, or he did like shit performances. So we can really say that De Sceglie was a drama player. He was not good, but I don't know. I liked him. Giovinco is much better than De Sceglie. By the way, it's the same Youth Academy. De Sceglie, Giovinco, Marchisio, I believe, Pinsoglio. Giovinco, when he was doing that, I was also loving him because he's as small as me. So, yes. Diego for Michael Filetti. Right player, wrong time. Yes, that's true. Padoin for Eli Salem. But Padoin, at the difference of De Sceglie, Padoin, he received a legend status at Juventus, while De Sceglie not. Birindelli, that's going a bit more in time. Birindelli, Birindelli, I love him also. Why? Because it's true that he will never be a legend. He scored an amazing goal in Champions League, but Birindelli is also a player that we always forget because he went from Serie A together with the other legends that we always say. Camoranesi, Del Piero, Nedved, Trezeguet, Buffon. There was also Birindelli going back to Serie A B, and nobody ever mentioned him, so that's why I also love Birindelli. Great name that you pointed out, Dimas. Piazza, I had some beliefs. Love, it's another word because it didn't stay long. Iaquinta for Martin. I was never a big fan of Iaquinta, but I can understand. He did not bad at Juve, but also him, wrong time. Maybe, Quagliarella came after Iaquinta. He did really great. Tacchinardi, well, no, that's a bit exaggerated, Angung, because the question of Michelle is there a player that did not do great? Tacchinardi did really great at Juve. He did really great with Juventus. He was a player, like the 12th man, but the 12th man was always playing. He was always in the starting thing. So, Maresca. Yeah, Maresca is a player that had his peak at Juve, and that I also love. When he's doing that, if we speak about Jovinko doing that, we remember Maresca doing that when he scored the 1-1 versus Torino in the last minute. Beautiful one. Zalaieta, grande giocatore. Koeman is not at Juve. I don't like Koeman. But yeah, it's true that if you follow football and you remember the years of 94, this kind of timing, Barcelona, Koeman was a really great player, especially with his free kicks, bomba, rocket in his foot. I think Amauri, no, I never liked Amauri. Coman could have been a big promise. Sumyadip is saying De Sciglio. But De Sciglio, I have no problem with De Sciglio. He can play on the left, he can play on the right side of the bench, not on the field. But no, it's a joke, guys. But no, I have no problem with De Sciglio, but I prefer him to see him at Lyon or whatever he wants, better than Juventus. Kovacevic, grande giocatore. Tommy, great player. I agree. Alessandro Matri, yes, great. Evra as well. Salas for Tommy. Yeah, but these names, there is a sympathy, there is I like, but then there is love. Love, it's a big word. No, love, De Sceglie, unpopular opinion for me, De Sceglie, absolutely. Zidane, he did amazingly well. Yesterday I did a live about Michel Platini and Zinedine Zidane. Do you know that statistic, that that news that Zinedine Zidane is officially the first known player, because probably they were a bit before, but the first known player, Zinedine Zidane, that broke the sound barrier with a shot on the ball. It's the first player actually that broke the sound barrier. Zinedine Zidane. Crazy, yeah? Crazy. Zambrotta, yeah, I will tell you. And then maybe we can go for a last question before saying goodbye to everyone. Zambrotta is a player that was one of my favorites. When you think about that specific time and you have like Del Piero, Trezeguet, and then I had Zambrotta as favorite. I really love Zambrotta. It's the curse of the 19. I will explain you why. Because he was so... I love the player so much, but then he left and he went to Barcelona and then to Milan. And that hurt. When you are a young guy and you are attached to players and you see one of your top 3 favorite players that is leaving, that hurts a lot. But he was, I really loved him. And why am I speaking about the curse of the 19? Because Bonucci, before he left, he was one of my favorite players as well at Juve. Pay attention to Bonucci. And then he left for Milan. So... Bibek is asking how to grow a beard like you, Beppe. No, guys, a beard like me, I have not a perfect beard at all. But how do you have to do? You have to wait that you become old like me. I'm nearly 40. This year I will celebrate 40 years, guys. 40 years in October. Mamma mia, I start to be really, really old. Last question, guys. Go. A beautiful question. I want a beautiful question. Last one. And then we stop. Let me check the comments. I'm trying to read, I'm waiting for the good question. Nedved the GOAT, absolutely. Would the Ronaldo final decision affect Juventus transfer plan? Yes, of course. Everything is depending on that. But that's not the real question I'm waiting for, because we spoke about it in that hour session. Peter is saying, you look great for 40. I hope my wife agree with you, Peter. I hope my wife agree with you. But I think as well, and that I look great for 40. Predictions for tonight. Pay attention to Austria, guys. Eva is saying Italy, Austria 3-0. Pay attention. Pay attention. When you come to Sicily, Antonino sta chiedendo quando torno in Sicilia. Spero presto, perché c'ho anche la casa. I genitori hanno la casa lì, dunque spero di tornare un giorno, non quest'anno. Is Demiral Spinazzola swap possible? No, Spinazzola will not go back to Juve, Gabi. Good morning, Gabi, by the way. Our curse in Champions League needs to end, but at least they stopped the UEFA away goal rule. That stops, and that's a great news, at least for Juventus. Beppe, why don't you transfer your beard and hair to your head? That's another question. I should transfer, in the transfer market, asking with an obligation to buy from here to here. Could be a great solution. Your most emotional match from all the game you've seen, Mamma mia, Lajos. That's a good question. I don't know. Too much, too much. Recently, it was of last year. It was Udinese Juve with Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, bam, with the cross of Rabiot. That was really emotional for me. Another emotional game I loved was Napoli versus Verona with the goal of Faraoni that brought us in Champions League. If we speak about the past, Juve Milan, the brace of Marchisio. I was at the stadium. My father, a little small Italian man like that, he jumped actually from the stands below. He was like 10 or 15 rows lower after the goal of Marquise. That was really funny. We are lucky, and we love Juventus. Ask Beppe, hello, I heard that Juve are hunting for De Gea. I saw from One Football. I had the One Football actually ready. Here, let me check. And are they speaking about One Football? I know that the app, download the app, guys, because it's the link into the description. Download the app, guys, really, seriously. Ronaldo is a great champion, but at times he can be annoying. That's the trainer of Hungary, because Ronaldo was celebrating actually too much. But a goal is a goal, guy. What are you complaining? I'm sure if Hungary would have scored or win versus Portugal, they would have celebrating like crazy. Juventus Celta Vigo trail Everton in battle for Manchester United. Goalkeeper, well, that's not De Gea, but Romero, why not? Juventus target set for extended Real Madrid stay with Captain Arban to be given. Maybe Marcelo, captain of Real Madrid. Alvaro Morata, we spoke about that. Enjoy some Rodrigo Bentancur on his birthday. We spoke about that. Real Betis keen to sign the 26 years old Juventus star Rugani. Vai, vamos, vamos, vamos. I hope that can happen. This news on One Football. That would be a beautiful one. Beautiful, beautiful news. Guys, it is over. I had a beautiful 1 hour session together with you. Maybe tonight, I don't know, because it's at 9 p.m. So it will be in actually 11 hours and 10 minutes. Maybe we'll do a live stream watch along on Italy. Maybe no, if I go to my parents, I don't know. I'm confused in my head. Anyway, probably a video later. Thank you guys. As always, Forza Juve. And guys, Ashraf, Bibek, Elmer, Ravi, Eli, Mot, Bibor, Sashin, Bilal, to all the people in the chat, grazie, forza, Juve.